Hey, what's going on, Dodgers Nation? Doug McCain here. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. If you haven't yet, do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you want to see us post even more Dodgers videos, smash that like button. And as always, some of your takes down below in the comment section. Today's Dodgers Nation question of the day. What grade would you give A.J. Pollock so far this season? A, B, C, D, or F? You can use pluses or minuses. And do you think he'll have a big impact for the Dodgers in the postseason? I want all your takes down below in the comment section. And for all the latest Dodgers news, head over to DodgersNation.com. So last year, A.J. Pollock had his breakout year for the Dodgers. He tied for the team lead in home runs with 16. But this year, Pollo has straight exploded. He's taking his game to a whole nother level. Right now, he's slashing 301, 360, 532, has 19 bombs, 27 doubles, a triple, and 9 stolen bases. But in the second half of the season, Pollo has gone all the way loco. Since the All-Star break, he's slashing 335, 393, 549. He's third on the team with a 942 OPS. He's third on the team in hits with 58. He's tied for second when it comes to doubles with 14, and he's been outstanding. He's been a guy that goes up there, gets his bat on the ball. He finds pitches that he can put a good swing on, and he has really gotten it done for the Dodgers. And this is with him missing over 2+ weeks with that strained hamstring. And when you see him at the plate, he's so confident. He's so poised. He has his lowest strikeout rate as a Dodger, his highest walk rate. And last night, Pollo was providing the power. He had 2 home runs in last night's 1+4 game, the Dodgers' epic comeback. And that's really been the difference with Pollock lately, is we've seen him string together tons and tons of base hits, but now the Pollo power is really going up, and at a perfect time of the year. His hamstring looks like it's not ailing him at all whatsoever. And we're going to be talking about last night's game for a long, long time. And when we see the highlights, we'll see Corey Seager hit the home run there in the 8th inning, but it was A.J. Pollock who had the 2 bombs last night, and he was just massive. Now, what's Pollock's future with the Dodgers look like? Well, a few months ago, we talked about how he needed an X number of plate appearances this year to be able to opt out of his contract, because he signed a 4-year, $55 million deal with the Dodgers back in 2019. They took him up to the 2022 season with a player option for a 5th year in 2023, but if he was able to hit a certain amount of plate appearances, he would have been able to opt out after this season. AJ needed 433 plate appearances this season to get that opt out, and he's at 408 at the moment with 4 games to play. So he needs 25 at-bats to get that ability to opt out. That would average to about 6.25 ABs per game, and needless to say, that's highly unlikely. I don't know, maybe if the Dodgers play 4 straight 16 innings games like we saw them do against the Padres this year, I guess it's possible. But even if he was at 24 at-bats, I'm pretty sure Andrew Friedman would storm the field and get in that dugout and make sure he doesn't have another at-bat so he can opt out. Now, if you're wondering, how was Pollock affected by last year's COVID-19 shortened season? Did that affect his plate appearances? Well, he had 210 plate appearances, and that was multiplied by 2.7, so he did get credit for 567 plate appearances because of the deal that the union made with the league to prorate those PAs. But this season, he's going to fall just short. He did miss over 2 weeks because of that hamstring, and we know that injuries have plagued him in the past, and the real injury that cost him this was back in 2019. If you remember, he was on the 60-day IL after a cut on his elbow got infected and required surgery to remove hardware from a previous surgery. So it was really complicated. It was a bizarre situation. He did come back after the All-Star break. He did play well, and then he ended up struggling in that postseason where he struck out in 11 of his 13 at-bats against the Washington Nationals. But he shook that series off, and he had a really nice year for the Dodgers in 2020. If you remember, there was a time when we thought that he was going to opt out. Remember, his daughter, she was born premature, and his wife said, no, you don't want to see this team win the World Series without you. He ends up playing, and he was tied for the team lead in home runs. starts. Now, in the postseason, he wasn't fantastic. He actually struggled throughout, and he ends up slashing 220, 273, 268, had a 541 OPS. And as the postseason progressed, you saw less and less of A.J. Pollock. He had just 6 at-bats in the World Series. He did have that one double, which was really nice. But I think this is the year that he puts his stamp on the postseason for the Dodgers. And the other good thing for the Dodgers is this next season will now be his platform season, because he'll be able to control his destiny after next year. So he'll want to have a really good season and then opt out to try to cash in on another payday. But just imagine if Pollock hit the open market at the end of this season. He turns 34 years old in December, so if your team signing him, you'd be getting him for his age 34 season. Now the earliest would be his age 35 season. That's very different, 34 and 35. And even if he was getting the same amount of money, he could get a 5-year deal, a 3, 4, 5-year deal, and have another nice payday. But instead, he's going to have to come back and try to have another solid year. But I think he's fine. I think that A.J. Pollock is not too concerned about his contract situation. He's made a nice bag. He has a great role on this Dodgers team. And I think if he comes back and he continues to produce, the Dodgers would want him back in the fold. But just think about it. The Dodgers next year with A.J. Pollock, they're going to have a guy that if he would have been able to opt out, he would have easily been able to sign a new deal for 40, 50, 60, maybe even 70 million, depending on the postseason that he has. And there's no way the Dodgers would have been able to sign him if they would have tried to sign Chris Taylor and Max Scherzer and Clayton Kershaw and Corey Seager. It would have been bye-bye A.J. Pollock, and he would have definitely gotten himself a raise. But look, he comes back. He's going to want to perform. He does have some incentives based on plate appearances where he can earn an extra couple $1 million. So there's that. So I won't get too upset for a multi-millionaire that already has more money than he'll probably ever spend. Look, what did Marshawn Lynch say? You got to count your chickens. And I know Pollo has probably invested his money well, and I don't think he's worried about cash at this point in his career. Now, when it comes to his career as a Dodger, I'm old enough to remember people out there saying that it was one of the worst contracts in the league, that it was an L by Andrew Friedman to sign A.J. Pollock in the first place. Well, he's completely turned around with L.A., and based on the role that they have for him, I'm going to give Pollock an A- for this season, and for his career, I'll give him a B- so far. All that's left for him is to perform and have that signature moment in the postseason. But let me know down below in the comment section, how do you guys feel about A.J. Pollock? Do you want to see him back after next season? Do you think he's one of the best contracts in the league? What would you grade him this year and for his Dodger career? I want all your takes down below in the comment section. My name is Doug McCain. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. That's at DMac_LA. For all things Dodger baseball, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you want to see us post even more Dodgers content, smash that like button. For all latest Dodgers Nation merch, head over to gearup.la. Some of the best Dodgers t-shirt designs in the game. You're going to find it right over there at www.gearup.la. Download the new Dodgers Nation app for my Android and iPhone users. For all latest Dodgers news, head over to DodgersNation.com. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.